Minasan, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Welcome, yokoso. Welcome to Musings from Japan number 20. 20. 20.
20.
We don't have fireworks. We'll use it. Number 20. Wow, we made 20 episodes, Greg. How do you
Mark,
think
we're on our 20th episode.
We're on our 20th anniversary.
Not anniversary, but
Oh.
definitely 20 episodes.
Yeah, so what is that, the paper episode? I don't know.
Yeah. Can you believe we've done 20 episodes?
No, actually, because it's just kind of weird. I mean, it hasn't been that many months. So we've done a couple of months, I guess,
since at least June or May.
Right. So May is when we started. So, and that's what, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months. So we've done at least 2 a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
I think on the average, for sure, 2 a month.
2 a month. Well,
yeah.
Number 20. Welcome, minasan yokoso. Welcome. And today we have the end of the year.
That's right.
Coincide. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a wrap up of our Christmas. We're going to do a New Year's preview, and one of the big things that we share on this Musings is a lot is weather.
Yeah, that's right. Weather.
And I know, most people say, I don't want to listen to a bunch of, foreigners talk about the weather, but hell, damn, the weather here is going to be horrible. And we'll talk about that. We'll bring that up. But let's first, Greg, how was Christmas?
Christmas was nice. It was quiet, but it was nice. I think it was a little subdued because of the pandemic this year.
Well,
how about your Christmas? How was your Christmas?
Again, subdued, nice, very comfortable, warm. Just nice. I bought myself a nice new shirt here. You see just in time for winter. A nice flannel shirt, and it was nice. And
well, it was how sometimes, like under Christmas trees, you can see massive presents everywhere under some people's present.
Well, you have children, so that means that
we had some
big
presents under there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, excuse me, folks. This is my Christmas tree, and of course it's a picture, but it's still up in the living room.
When are you going to take it down?
Day after tomorrow. And should we say when we're recording this?
Oh yeah, today is December 29th, right? Yeah, December.
Yes.
I'm looking on my calendar.
So this is great. And so actually we have not had our Christmas dinner. We haven't had Christmas dinner yet.
What do you mean?
Well, we went to Denny's restaurant. They have a Denny's, and but unlike American Denny's, the menu is quite different from America. But we had a Denny's dinner for Christmas dinner, because what happened was I played Santa, and I went over to my wife's work, and she works, and I dressed up as Santa Claus, and what I did was I made some people have some Christmas cheer. I helped them.
What kind of office does she work at? Or
it's a special place.
Well, yeah. I mean, can you just it's not a school?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's just an office.
It's a special place, and it's an office, and there's other buildings on the site, and so we went to the other buildings, and I dressed up as Santa Claus, and it was a lot of fun, and some people they were very happy that I came and dressed up as Santa Claus, and it was Christmas night, and I brought them some treats from my wife in a bag. I slung a white bag, a Santa present bag, over my shoulder, and
a sack.
There you go, a sack. Although, hold on a second here. Did
you have coal in the sack for the bad people?
You may not be able to see it, but it's less cosplay.
Cosplay, yep.
Cosplay, whatever it is. Yeah. Santa's present bag. That's what they called it.
Well, hold it still. It's kind of washing out in your tree.
So.
Oh, there it is. Santa's present bag. Okay.
So cool. I'm sorry I called it a bag. I apologize. I made a mistake, but I just read what was on the package.
Yeah. actually a sack, right? Santa carries a
Okay.
sack, I guess.
So anyway, it's a sack, and so I brought that with me,
Cool.
and it was a lot of fun. So I was Santa Claus, and after that, oh, before we went to the drugstore to pick up some things,
Hmm.
and I walked inside the drugstore, and in conservative Japan, it was probably pretty unusual to
You
have
were
somebody. I was in full costume.
oh good. It's pretty unusual to have Santa Claus walk into the drugstore. That's true.
Yeah, maybe you can post up in the pictures. I'll send you a picture, uh, maybe from that night, or yeah, I'll send you a picture from that night, and
Well,
you
it's
can post it.
definitely on your Facebook. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
saw.
I don't have public access where everybody can get on.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay, we'll stick one of those on there. Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah, and so
So on Christmas, actually, you played Santa Claus on Christmas, not Christmas Eve, but Christmas night. So
that's
you
right.
didn't. So you didn't have Christmas dinner. You went to
No, we
Denny's
went to
though,
Denny's for Christmas dinner.
and what did you have? What was on?
I had
Because the
Jap-
menu's different. So
I had the Japanese hamburger steak. You know
ooh, the
the
Salisbury steak.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the the big hamburger patty and with the sauce and
Let me
uh,
ask you a very important question then, because having played Santa myself quite a
you're
few
the
times,
expert Santa here in
um,
Japan.
did you eat the Salisbury steak with the beard?
No, no, but
I could because I saw your beard. It's a
oh
big.
no, but you know what? Well, actually, my hand. See, I have this Zoom superimposed picture, right?
Yeah,
So right
the
here,
virtual. Yeah,
right here's my closet. I'm in my room, and right here's my closet.
Greg is in the closet.
I'm coming out of the closet
Coming
here.
out of the closet.
I'm bringing the
Oh, there's the beard right there. We can see
yeah.
this
There's the beard.
and the little cape on top, right?
Now,
Now, did your costume come with the hair and the beard?
no, just the beard.
Yeah, because I bought the same costume because I
Yeah,
saw yours, and I have just a beard. So, but I don't use it.
you don't use the beard.
I have my own,
Oh yeah, yeah. You could suffice,
and
but
I got away with it.
you did, huh? Yeah. Well, I use this beard, and I was the hair is right here, and it's thick, and then I noticed that my mouth was full of hair, and it was kind of reminding me of that old American movie. Now it's old, but it was from 1984 called Trading Places with Chevy Chase and Eddie Murphy
Right.
and uh I was eating and
When
Dan
he was
Aykroyd.
the
Yeah,
food with the beard and all the
yeah,
hairs. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that.
So
That's a good Christmas movie, isn't it?
oh, it's a great Christmas
Oh, I
movie.
got to write that down. I
Trading
didn't
Places, yeah,
Trading
it's a
Place.
classic. It's now I think it's a classic now, it's um
Yeah, everything's a classic to us. Greg.
well, I guess so.
Really?
I'll tell you after we get off our musings from Japan, I'll tell you a story about being classic
Oh, okay. Well,
or out of date or whatever.
okay. Well, yeah, but I forgot
So
about that movie. So, okay,
yeah, that's a great movie.
okay, so you just had a Salisbury steak for dinner, and
Right.
then you're gonna have Christmas dinner tonight,
No. We're gonna have it's the 29th of December in the year
right?
2020. And this has been not that great.
12,
It's
12
pretty
29 2020.
yeah, 12/29/2020.
Oh,
It's not been that great of a year in
really?
terms of the pandemic.
In terms of everything, Greg,
It's been a pretty
shitty. Oh,
lousy year.
oh, I have to edit that out, huh? Damn.
It's been you can boop, just do that.
I won't say that word though.
Yeah.
I limit it to the word shitty.
I'll
That's
tell you why, because I heard plenty of that last night. So
we'll
anyway,
talk about that. Okay. Okay. So when are you going to have your Christmas dinner then?
tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. So the 30th, uh, our
and
time.
and then now our Christmas tree is still up,
Right.
and that's how many people in America, they have it up to New Year's. They leave it up until New Year's or so, and sometimes.
Like I said last musings, if those of you who are of the Catholic persuasion, the Feast of the Epiphany in
Yeah,
January.
and someone, I saw a Facebook video or a Facebook posting that said the 12 days of Christmas and the first day is Christmas.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting. And
And you
that
go after
for
that 12 days from that point.
yes, the 12 days of Christmas. So Christmas, we're still in Christmas actually,
I don't know because
if you go by that.
I've heard people say it starts from the Feast of Stephen, which is sometime in December 6th or something like that, and go from there. Or the Feast of Saint Nicholas is which is earlier. I don't know. So
Well, it's not one of my specializations is this part of history, but
I'm not going to do a dissertation on it. So
no,
we'll
I don't.
just suffice it to say we're enjoying the season.
Yeah, so tomorrow night is Christmas dinner, and then the next day I think the tree is coming down, which is okay.
Ooh.
It's okay.
Well,
But
yeah.
my
Now,
wife kind of wanted to take it down earlier. I
but
said, well, then it's not Christmas.
but
Oh, that's good. That's a good
it,
sound effect, Mark.
thank you. I
So tell us our foreign listeners what that sound was.
That was an ambulance somewhere in my neighborhood. Now I'm gonna. So that
And that's
means,
unusual too.
yeah. Except I have a lot of old people who live in my neighborhood, so maybe.
Yeah. And that's a sound you don't
Uh,
often hear in your neighborhood.
no. But right now it's beautiful, blue sky,
Yeah.
sunny, and it's warm. It's going to be 10 degrees today
It was a
here.
delightful day yesterday here.
Yesterday was also,
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
actually almost warm. No, it was still cold, but it wasn't cold enough.
yeah, it wasn't.
You could go outside, I
Like
think, even
this.
without a sweater.
Right.
Now, you needed a sweater, but it wasn't uncomfortable outside yesterday.
But what's freaky, because it, I know what this means though, because when you have this kind of clear, beautiful weather, especially here in Niigata, soon.
What does that mean, Mark?
Niigata, for those of you who don't know about Niigata City, Niigata region in Japan is considered one of the cloudiest regions of Japan. We have the fewest sunny days of prefectures in Japan. And so it's usually, even if the sun's out, it's going to be gray skies and it's going to be cloudy. But not to have, like right now, I'm looking outside, not to see any clouds, just as, a couple, I can see blue sky. And it's like, that's unusual for Niigata. And in winter, it's very unusual, which the old people will tell you when you see that, watch out. So, like today, after we're done, Greg, I'm going to go buy a new shovel to get ready to stuff.
Oh,
Because last
why?
year I didn't shovel snow last year, but I have to
No.
go buy a new shovel. I'm going to go fill up my car with gas at my favorite gas stand, um, because tomorrow I probably won't be able to get out. you know, uh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here
So
and
you're going to get snow, and when will it start?
it's going to start tonight. It's going to rain, according to the local weather here. It's going to rain tonight, and then gradually get colder, and that rain is going to turn into arare, then into hail, and then into snow, and it's just going to just. Right now, you said it was 90 or 80% on the weather report I saw last night. It said
No,
here, it
tonight
said,
for you it's 100%.
yeah, 100%
Yeah.
today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ew. I mean, no, not at 90, we're talking 100%. And I saw the NHK weather map. NHK is the Japan broadcasting. It showed this cold front coming from China and Korea, just coming over Japan, go woof,
Yeah,
right?
it like it comes straight down.
It's going to reach where Greg's at, but right in the middle of this huge cold front is Niigata.
Do you know we had
You
about
had
that
nice,
much we had
yeah,
about that much snow. It was
yeah,
very quick too, but we had that much maybe 2 weeks ago,
yeah.
and that was the last time, I think, was 3 years ago that we had any measurable snow.
But
And
you might get some
also
more. You might
we
get some
have,
more.
it's a possibility because they said it might snow here,
Yep.
and our high temperature day after tomorrow will only be 4 degrees Celsius, which is about 39 degrees Fahrenheit,
And for
and
me, it'll be
and
zero.
the low is 0, which is 32 degrees
30, but
Fahrenheit.
our low will be minus, the lowest I saw in Shibata where I live is -4.
Yeah, and in Niigata City, it's -2, and
Two.
that's still cold for
We're
Niigata. But
talking 28, 26 to 28 degrees. So
do you remember that I forgot the name of the building, but it was the building across the street from the Bandai entrance to Niigata Station. Um, there was a building that Saizeria was in,
oh, that's
and
gone.
Docomo was there, right? And so they've rebuilt a new building on the site. But at that building, they had a temperature sign on the outside.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. They had
And
a
I can remember that digital temperature sign. And I can remember many times walking past that sign for one reason or another and seeing 0 on that sign during the winter months at night for
what I
weeks
what,
on end.
what I like is my little uh kerosene heater that's in the house that we keep. We call it toyu, but the kerosene heater in the house. Sometimes I would wake up and I'll go inside and I'll turn it on, and it'll just say minus. It doesn't say just
Yeah.
it's minus.
You
So
know, I had a neighbor. I had this room in Niigata when I was in Niigata, and for a year I had a room. I had a room in Shibata
mhm.
and a room in Niigata, and so I could go to either place. And as you well know, but I remember my one of the neighboring houses very, like, just right across the street. The neighbor, apparently the stove fell over,
Right.
and it was an old man, and the kerosene stove fell over and the house burned up and he died inside.
Hmm.
And I came out. I remember coming. I don't remember exactly, but I remember coming out and there was the fire department was there and all that thing. But the house burned down and it caught part of the neighboring post office on fire. It caught a part of the neighboring building on fire, and but his house burned pretty much to the ground.
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a devastating fire, and it was you know, a fatality. So he knocked over the stove apparently, and
Yeah,
that.
see, and I don't know the states. I guess most places don't have these kind of heaters. We have these little small space heaters, with probably it's got a flame. We click it on, it's got a flame, and it just burns kerosene in the middle of your house. You can move it around the house. They're electric. Some of them are electric. The old ones, and I think the one that your neighbor, the old man, had, was actually what they call here a stove, but it's actually one that you light with a lighter, and it's an old style heater, and you can put a teapot on top, and some people would cook on them, used to cook on them, but it
Well,
would be heater.
that's what we use is a stove.
Yeah,
And
but I don't think you had one like he had, because that's why yours is probably a little more secure, a little newer than what
it's
you
got a very broad, flat base.
right, right,
It,
yes,
it's we bought it about 3 years ago,
yeah, so
and
that's okay.
it's a flat base, and it was $100 I think,
But
maybe
some of
more.
these old stoves are just, they're round, they were tall, and but they were supposed to be convenient, but you could easily knock them over. So yeah, I your school that you teach at, do you have stoves in the classroom,
No.
or you have? See, when I first came to Japan 30 years ago, the one the elementary school or junior high school that I would go to in the winter, and this is in Hyogo in southern Japan, so it's not as cold as it is here, but in winter they'd bring these huge stoves.
Oh, yeah, I will say that, yeah, I've taught at public schools here in Japan,
Right,
and both junior high and elementary, and they've had the huge stoves, which
right.
had, I think some of them even had a fan.
Oh no, I'm talking about, this is older than that. The no fans. We're talking just a stove, and they had to hook up the pipe in the classroom to pipe out the fumes. I mean, there's no fan.
They're pretty modern now.
Now
Um,
they're modern, but we're
but
talking 30 years ago, and the probably the unit I'm thinking of was probably 30 years old at the
I'm
time. But
trying to think, is it a kerosene system or a natural gas system? Because
all some have natural gas. Yeah,
well, some schools have a stove and they have a hose
that's
coming
natural
in
gas. Yeah, I
so
have
that
that here in my house. I have,
yeah,
but the one I'm talking about, they had tanks of kerosene in the
yeah,
corner, and
and
then
the
they
schools,
put a cage around it so students wouldn't go get too close to it.
that's
And
pretty
it was
remarkable.
it was funny because right after you're teaching a lesson, right after the lesson, there'd be a break between the classes, and all the students would get up and run up to the front, and they stand like this, and then they turn around, get this side. They used to hang the towels that they would wipe the floors to
Oh
dry. They
yeah.
hang them on there. Man, but that's what we're coming up. So, Christmas, you're going to have Christmas dinner, and actually, you might, and right after that, you're going to have nice cold weather that's chill. It's going to be really fun. Woo.
Well, I'm also going down to buy kerosene because uh the stove is in operation in the living room right now.
Okay.
And
Stock
but
up, stock up.
we are completely out of kerosene, and so now, as of today, I'm on my first day of vacation for a week. So I have until sorry, later in January. Sorry, later next week I go back to work.
Right, which is January, but next
Yeah,
week. Yeah. So,
January 2021. So yeah,
so what else then? Then okay, after the Christmas, what else are you going to be doing? You said you been? How about your shopping stuff? Anything going on?
oh, you mean like for food? Because
Food or
right now it's crazy. Because here's what happened: is I got from my one of my Christmas presents, I got a really nice. Actually, I got two from two different sources: an Amazon gift card for
nice?
Amazon Japan. So I got enough that I registered online my cards, and I just made an order, and that order is coming in exactly 24 hours.
Mm-hmm,
So I ordered an hour ago, and it's going to be here tomorrow morning.
mm-hmm.
And because I signed up at the same time for Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime in Japan is about one third of what it is in America in price, and you get movies and you get free shipping and all the other Amazon deals, and
Hmm.
you get the Prime Video Japan. So I get a lot of Japanese movies, and I get some American movies in English, and I get American movies dubbed in Japanese, which is really cool. But I got Amazon Prime, and I could choose the shipping. And what's amazing about the shipping is it's similar to what they're doing in America. You can order on Amazon and go to a grocery store in America and have it pick up your grocery or your package at there. But sorry, I think Japan, there's so many more choices because we can have our products shipped. We can even pay for our Amazon product if you so desire at a convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have it shipped to that convenience store, and then you pick it up later, and that's what I'm doing. Well, actually, what I'm doing is having it shipped here, and if I'm not home, they're going to set it right outside my door, and I don't worry too much about the package here. Not too much. Not like it's not like there's porch pirates here as there are in America.
Yeah.
So
So you pay online with a credit, or you can
yeah,
do Furikai. Furikai is COD, or you can go to the convenience store, Sekigai, and the using the code, you could pay for it there. Also, you can pay for at the machine in the
yeah,
convenience store. So, lots
yeah.
of different ways. You go to the machine.
Japan, it's extremely convenient.
Yeah, lots of ways to pick up and deliver. And yeah, because I ordered a lot of stuff. Like one of the things my for Christmas I got was a LL Bean gift certificate from my parents.
Oh, great.
Now, see, now just so you can get Americans gift cards from America, and you can use them in Japan.
Oh,
But I wanted to send my mother. My mother wanted just like like a Visa card, so she could just use it to shop at different places. So I was going to send her a Visa card, a Visa gift card, like a 100 bucks, couple $100 or whatever, and they wouldn't let me. They said you couldn't do it from a foreign currency, from a foreign
That's
land.
right.
It's like,
So I
well,
don't understand. So how does the LL Bean thing work here? If you use the LL Bean, do you use the Japan website?
no, I used the American website. My
Yeah,
Well, see, well, I shared it with my sons. They chose the gift for them. They went to the Japanese site, gave me the link, and then I went on the American site, put that link, and it showed up on the American site. So I think the the American and Japanese websites are exactly the same. The
yeah,
codes are the same, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, but all the materials are coming from America. They're not coming from Japan. Like you ordered from Amazon, so it's coming from Amazon within Japan. That's why
that's
you get
right.
24 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get my bean stuff until next in January, after
yeah,
the Feast of the Epiphany.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
for those who
I'm
are
glad you
keeping,
made that
I,
distinction.
I want to make sure that
Yeah.
so, but
Well, I think it was great. It was easy. The site was in Japanese, but they have
but
Amazon has a
it's easy to get around in,
it's easy to
right?
get around the Amazon site. Yeah. So I had no problem ordering. And then also they have some translation system, and I ordered a couple. I ordered a book. I really wanted a brand new book on kanji, which is the Japanese characters, so I can study that. And I ordered another book, and then I ordered also what did I order? Oh, I signed. Yeah, no, I ordered about. I ordered quite a. I used up most of my gift cards, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I use Amazon all the time for work because I have my own Amazon account. I have an American account. I have a Japanese account.
Same here.
Then I
So I
also
ordered
have a
them a Japan account
but
with
I
the,
also have a business account, a Japanese business Amazon business account that I use for school. So when I order stuff for school, I use that account. So I registered the school's credit card in that one. But it's funky though because all the sites I have can they have English menus for them, Greg. I don't know if Amazon Japan has complete English menu. You don't have to look and translate. It'll you can select somewhere up there. There's a selection, so maybe I don't. Maybe it's intuitive. Mine automatically puts it in English, so I don't have to worry about sitting there trying to
yeah, you
translate.
can I use that. So
Yeah. So, which is nice. I mean, because how many American sites actually show different languages that you can use? And that silence will tell you that not many. So,
well, anyway, I was delighted. I was delighted that see, this is one thing that Japan is really efficient in its delivery, I
yes,
think.
yes,
So, I
yes.
mean, these guys ride around on these little motors, small mo. It's like a scooter or a motorcycle, a small mo. It's not really a motorcycle. What is it? A moped? What do you
Yeah.
call those things that
No,
they ride around on?
it's kind of a motorcycle, but it's not a
It is a
moped because it
motorcycle.
doesn't have the
It's more than a moped.
right. It's a we'll call it a motorped.
Yeah, but it's small and
It's a small motorcycle, so it's
I
a
mean, they can ride on the street, and it has a little box on the back of it, and they put their stuff in the
right.
box, and they deliver their, and they zip in and out. And I almost got in a collision one day with the post office guy because he was going too fast, and I was probably going a little faster than I should have. But it would have been his fault because he was really moving around
Yeah,
the building here.
you're hunting them down, Greg, huh?
Well, yeah. So, but it was yeah, it was very.
It's efficient, it's
It's a
quick,
very good way to order things.
and yeah, we don't have these. What did you call it? The people who steal your stuff from your door. What
Porch
did you?
pirate.
Porch pirates. And
That's a term I guess they use in America now.
see, I don't know that
That's
porch
quite
pirates.
common.
So
Yeah, we don't have that problem here in Japan.
wow.
So I just said if I'm not home, leave it outside the door, and I don't have a problem with that at all. Because they're just books that are coming in
Here,
my package.
here, you know, they never leave. They always leave with actually I here maybe it's different, maybe it's a region, and you're in an apartment, I'm
They
in a
they have left
house.
stuff outside of our apartment
See, they
before.
don't do that here because they always will put
The notice.
a notice and say call us and we'll
Yeah.
redeliver or
And
that
what's
kind of.
amazing, you call that number back and then you'll get it you can choose whatever time, and then you choose the time and
And if you have,
they'll come within that time frame.
if you happen to catch it early enough, they'll come back.
Yeah.
I've done that. You know, I arrived at 6 o'clock and I say, hey, can you bring it now? And they say, yeah, we'll be there, and they'll bring it before 9 p.m. You know, so yeah, it's cool. It's very efficient. So
So I
well,
was really excited about doing that order,
s-
and I made that
excellent.
order.
So you'll get all your stuff tomorrow.
Yep. And
That's cool.
tomorrow night we have Christmas dinner. Oh,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
we're having roast beef.
Roast beast. Oh
Roast
no, that's a,
roast beef.
oh, I'm not. I was doing the Grinch thing.
Yeah, no Grinch stuff here.
You're a mean one, Mister
Yeah,
Grinch.
you've got that voice. Well, is that you, Santa Claus?
That you, Santa Claus. Anyway, so okay.
What?
So
What?
you're having Christmas dinner tomorrow, which will be the 30th here.
Yes.
So what are you doing for what are you doing for New Year's?
Well, we typically go New Year's. New
Explain
Year's.
it for everybody. What do
What
people
I've
typically?
come to learn is what you told me, and other people have told me. What I've also experienced is that New Year's Day and the period of New Year's is the biggest holiday season in the year here in Japan,
Mhm,
and of the year, and it actually starts on New Year's Eve, where it's called Omisoka,
mhm.
and you go over to your family's relative, you go over to your parents' house or whoever, you go over to the family's house, and
Right.
everybody gets together and
Mhm.
has they have a special, what is it, the special soba.
Oh, yeah, you eat. Well, it depends. Every menu is different, I think, region wise. But you have
Yeah,
osechi
well, is that when it starts?
that starts on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Okay, so we'll have osechi ryori.
Yeah, and then that it could be soba, it could be uh, sashimi, different
Well,
kinds
that's
of
what we're gonna
sushi.
have on New Year's Eve,
Yeah,
and then uh
morning, the next morning. When you go to the,
or we go back to my mother-in-law's house and have osechi ryori.
do you do the shrine?
No, my family doesn't do the shrine, but we
Mm.
did that. We've done that at least 2 or 3 times together.
Yeah, here in Shibata,
Yeah.
we'll walk in the snow. This year,
Do you remember that year we went to Suwa Jinja, Suwa
right,
Shrine,
right.
and I think I fell on the ice, the snow and the ice in front of the shrine.
Shrine, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the 2 or 3 times that I've fallen down in the snow or the ice in Japan. Another time that I fell down was on an intersection. It's between your house and Eon Mall in Shibata.
Oh, yeah,
Because you
yeah.
live very close to Eon Mall, actually. You live how many minutes? About a 10-minute walk from there.
5 to 10 minutes,
Yeah, I'd
depending
take
on the
10 or
weather.
10 or 15, but that time over by that new 7-Eleven that they built when it was new about 5, 6 years ago, um, I fell down in right in the middle of the intersection.
Right,
I
right.
slipped on the ice,
Yeah.
and then I've fallen down. I think on the way to Shibata Station from where I used to live in Shibata,
Hmm.
and so maybe I've fallen 3 times, 3 times in
I've
Japan.
I've fallen twice and both times cracked my ribs
Wow.
because I fell in front of my house and it was in Nakajo, another city that I used to work in at, and it would be icy and I walking from the house down to the step, whoop, boom, hitting the curb or hitting the ground with my elbow and then the little cracked rib. Ugh.
So this goes back to that bad weather that you're about to get.
That's what
How
I
much
was going to
snow are
say.
they expecting there?
60 to 80 centimeters. So
There's
uh
2.54 centimeters in an inch
so we're talking 30 to 40 inches
of snow.
of
Yeah, it's
snow,
a
a
massive snow's
couple feet
coming.
2 to 3 feet of
Yeah,
snow. And
that's
now Greg, explain the snow, the quality of snow
okay.
here.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that, the quality of the snow there, and also here actually, because that 2 weeks ago we had
Well,
snow
yeah, you're
here,
on the Pacific side, so yeah, yeah.
but still, the weather when it snows, it's influenced by the Sea of Japan side.
Right.
And so the cold weather always comes from the north and the northwest.
Over China,
Yeah,
Mongolia, Korea. Yeah.
and to us, but if it's really bad, and it was really bad 2 weeks ago, because the snow, but it's clumpy, and it's if it's thick, it's wet, it's big, and it just it falls in clumps,
Right.
and it's very heavy snow. It's a very
It's
wet
wet.
snow.
It's wet. And
Yeah,
that's
full of
and,
moisture.
and I hate it because it's not powder. I mean, you see the pictures of the Alps or in California up in the Sierras, the snow, the poof is powdery, and people skiing and snowboarding and smiling. No, 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 no. The snow here on the Japan seaside is heavy and wet, and it sticks to your body. It's
So
sticky.
on that road 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, um, when we had the snow. It was the first time we had snow in 3 years here in Okazaki, measurable snow,
Hmm.
and it was very brief, but maybe 20 minutes that it snowed, and it was about that much for us. But up between Tokyo and your place
Hmm.
in Niigata Prefecture, there was a massive uh, down snowfall,
Right.
this place in Yuzawa, or in the mountains.
Between the cities would be Muikamachi, Tokamachi, and into Yuzawa, which is the transition up the mountains going to the Kanto side. It dumped.
I was on that road 5 years ago yesterday, or today. I was on
Yeah,
that road 5 years ago today, going on a bus, and it was snowing on the bus. It was snowing pretty heavily, but it was no real problem. Not like that, where it trapped 1,000, almost 1,800 cars, I think.
1,800 cars was trapped on the highway because it, it it's a it's a expressway, so people paid, but it's only two lanes, one going this way, one going the other way, and so when and it's in the middle of a farming area, so there's not many off ramps, there's not many stops, there's not even much of a what do you call it, a well, not a border, but there's no frontage roads out there, and so it hit that area and it dumped quickly. We're talking within 6 hours, it dumped about 6 feet of snow in 6 hours.
Yeah,
And and they couldn't get 1,800 cars was stuck there. Some cars was there for as long as 48 hours,
yeah,
and it took them that long to dig them out. Now this happened to me, gosh, was it 5 or 6 years ago?
yeah.
I was on a bus with my younger son Ty and his high school band. We were going. I was a chaperone going to a jazz festival. We were driving, taking a bus from Niigata, going to, I believe Saitama was the festival was in Saitama, which means we had to go on that road. And when we were okay on the Niigata side, but when we got through to the Gunma side, it had dumped again, same thing, about 6 or 8 feet of snow, and it dumped, and we got stuck in a tunnel. And there were at that time about 600 or 700 cars that were stuck, and we were stuck in a tunnel in a bus with a whole jazz band, a big band of high school kids, and no food. And we were stuck there for about 30 hours in the and I
Yeah.
remember we had people who had to go to the toilet. We couldn't use the toilet on the bus, even though there was one. We couldn't use it because
You
there was
knew it'd
no
overflow it.
the overflow, and you couldn't recycle or reflush the system because
Yeah.
you
It
needed
would
the
make the air toxic on the bus.
right.
So
So
did you
we
guys not use the toilet at all, or used it
not at all,
minimally?
not at all.
Yeah,
So what
that's
we
good.
did, the road was elevated, and if you I would say crawl down the side of the road, down below you could see about I guess about 100 feet up or up 100 feet. 100 feet down was another road, a local road, and there was actually a convenience store down there. So what we did was some people made trails on the highway and found a trail and went down there. So we would escort students all the way down to the convenience store so they could use the toilet.
Great.
Everyone bought out that convenience store because that convenience store
Wow.
couldn't even get food because the road down there was in it,
Yeah.
so We bought all the stuff that we could, and eventually we couldn't go to Saitama. We had to back out of the tunnel. So imagine a full bus with 30 some odd people on it, backing about 3 miles.
Yeah, Mark, those
Crazy.
tunnels. See, what people may not know in outside of Japan is some of those tunnels are massively long.
Oh yeah. I mean, this tunnel was about 2 miles long. We had to back out. We couldn't turn. There's no space to turn around, obviously. So we're backing out the tunnel, and then we get out of the tunnel, and we still had another kilometer to go before we could get to an area where the self defense force, the military, came and cleared this out. And they cleared out an area so the bus could do a turnaround, and we drove back to the entrance that we came in, and then we exited out there, and then we
You
just came
never
back
made
to
it to
Niigata.
the festival.
Nope, never made it. No, nobody could get through there, and that road was closed for 3 days.
Yeah, I
So
remember. I always thought it was you that you're coming back from Tokyo.
we were going.
You know, you so you never made it. Oh, that's too bad. But I remember that story, and that was made into a newspaper article or
Yeah, it was on the news. I mean, it was live cameras. We saw some of the camera people out there interviewing people. I'm going, you got here. Did you bring any food? So I remember somebody asked them, did you bring
so
any
it
food?
was similar to that experience.
Similar, yeah. Except
Yeah.
it was on this time. It happened on the Niigata side, where what happened to us was on the Gunma side
How
of the
far?
mountain.
I mean, were you trapped? Did you stop in the tunnel or did you stop
Yes,
outside the tunnel?
we stopped in the tunnel.
You were stopped in the tunnel and
Yeah,
you were trapped in there with other people,
with other, mostly trucks. Yeah, and
trucks.
and other
So it was
people. So, but they
the
had to
tunnel had a
run.
lot of people in there.
Oh, yeah, it was packed with people, and I went walking in the snow, and I had to go, and then for the gentleman out there that couldn't make it down to the convenience stores for the restroom, we had a lot of the people there. We had dug out an area for us to relieve ourselves. So we made a latrine out there. So
Pretty amazing,
I
you know.
it was
But
just crazy stuff. I mean, but
that's what happened 2 weeks ago in terms of the snowfall.
and
Uh,
that's what they're thinking right now, because they went online this last on the news last night. They were saying, get prepared now. Carry shovels if you're driving. Carry a shovel in your car, and be bring extra food and water, batteries for some extra battery, because it could happen. Same thing could happen again. So they're warning people this is going to be just as bad or worse. So
well, I looked at
that's
your weather on my iPhone, just simple iPhone weather, and it's like 80 or it's 100% snow today and tomorrow,
yep,
and very cold temperatures.
yep.
If I see in Niigata City 2 degrees, I know it's going to be snow weather.
Right. And in Shibata, where I'm at, it's always colder than Niigata. So
I miss
two,
my old apartment near the Sea of Japan, and
you would enjoy it.
yeah, it because it was always fun to watch the snow there and to have it come in, and it was really
Yeah, I
great.
mean, yeah, but I'm not looking forward to this, but I have a better attitude at least going in. So, so okay, then so for me, basically, what's going to happen is that New Year's, I'm going to end up spending New Year's in the snow. You know,
Happy New Year.
yeah,
uh,
great way
so
to start
it's going to
2021.
rain tomorrow, I think here, and
Hmm.
then it's going to bring in the cold weather for us. So,
Okay.
and day after tomorrow is going to be very, very, very cold.
Well, we should ask, and I think I want to ask is, 2020, as we said before, was pretty much a bad year. I mean, everyone's level of bad is, could be, you can judge it yourself. I mean, for me, it was, eh, I'm not going to say it was a bad year, but it was a very difficult year. I mean, I had a heart attack, I had a pandemic, I had lots of crap at work. I said the C word. I'm sorry. I had a lot of difficult times at work. The weather, the weather this year wasn't so bad because last winter there was no snow, but it's ending going to be horrible. It's going to end horrible, but we'll see. So basically, what I'm thinking is for 2021 is that I want to have a rebirth, clean out everything from 2020 or whatever's happened, and start fresh, and just
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it too. So
let's just what the heck, let's just forget about 2020 and go on, and then not panic.
not panic. No.
Because a lot of people around this pandemic and stuff are, panic. Like, just so I could throw it out there, my sister and my brother-in-law and my niece all have COVID. They have the contracted. They have acquired. They have,
So your sister now.
yeah, they're all three of them tested positive, and they're at home. They're not in bad shape where they have to go to hospital. And my sister told me that she's happy they don't have to go to hospital, especially since the hospitals are so full where they're at. They wouldn't be in the hospital. They would be in the parking lot in a tent. That's as close as. I mean, it's really a bad situation. This is in Southern California, out in the desert. But talking to my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law, they're they're in good spirits. They're dealing with it, and they're not panicking. They're like, yeah, we got it, so we'll just do what we need to do. My parents, they're in good shape. They're going to be 80 next year, my mom and dad. 2021 is going to be a red letter year for them. I'm going to be 60 next year. It's going to be a red letter year for me. And and seeing my family dealing with these kind of things, everyone's pretty much in good shape, I think. So if I can take that, if my sister can have contracted an infectious disease in her family and still have a good attitude, there's no reason why I can't have a good attitude going into 2021, right?
That's right.
I think that's what we need to do now is just have, a fresh mind, a fresh start, positive attitude, just do the right thing, you know?
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. I'm trying to, make sure that my students get the jobs that they want, and that they're prepared to deal with the reality of being young in this society today, you know. And so I think New Year's is 2021 is going to be a great year for me.
I'm
Uh,
thinking it's going to be a great year for me too.
right? Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go. Let's go with that. And next year we'll have another 20 episodes of
that's right.
musings from
Can you
Japan.
believe 20 episodes already?
Yeah, 2020. This is 2020, the 20th episode of 2020.
I got to let that register with me.
The 20th episode of 2020.
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, well, thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you for this year, and thanks for doing this with me. And I want to bring other people on here. We're going to have some more guests this next year, as I have people who want to join us and do this. But the problem is trying to get them to, to link up the timelines as everyone's busy. So we're going to try to do this, and we're going to try to set up different kind of ways of doing this. The last Christmas show that we did, I had some extra music that I have arranged and written, and then put a little beads background music for you to enjoy. I think I'm going to try to keep improving the look of our presentation here. What do you think, Greg? Is this?
I think it's great. I think you're doing a great job, Mark.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting into this production kind of stuff. Is maybe a new job in the future. Anyway, Greg,
Yep.
any words, profound words of wisdom for everyone to share before
Just
we sign off?
peace, happiness, and looking forward to 2021.
Yeah, I agree. Peace and happiness. Looking forward to 2021, and I hope that everyone stays healthy, wealthy, and wise. Who said that? Anyway, thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Happy
Take
New
care.
Year.
Happy New Year, and happy post Christmas.
Happy New Year.